blocked scene. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play it. I've had this game for a while, but I never really played more than a couple minutes of it. Oh. Sada Marine City. National Hospital. Far above the man-made dome of the once-renowned Metro Paradise stood an ivory tower. And within this tower lied part of the city's core functions. And deep within it... One moment, sorry about that. Sorry. One second. Okay. Now I'm just gonna put this back where it was. And deep within it, he infiltrated the tower's core with ease.
なんて簡単なんだろう。ネットの壁は紙より薄いな。セキュリティシステムの扉は子供部屋の鍵よりもたやすく開くじゃないか。
He whispered to himself. He had avoided the social interactions for so long that now he only spoke to himself.
この塔の中にあるはずなんだ。僕の新しいおもちゃがどこに隠してあるんだろう。
He searched. And searched. Or his toy, which had to be somewhere.
見つけた。
There it was, his toy, in the neurosurgery room, as written on the hospital map. It was his first time touching it, but with only a glance he knew.
これは僕のために作られた人形だ。こんなところにしまい込んでおいちゃかわいそうだ。さあ、行こう。僕と一緒に。今から君は僕の体となって動くんだ。行こう。僕には使命がある。お母さんから託された大切な使命が。
Yeah, I like the voice act, but I don't know if it's not going to let me do this one.
僕の使命だ。
Because I can't even open a menu in this.
そうだよね、お母さん。
I'll be this dude, cause I gotta be a voice actor. Block. Why had things turned out like this? Damn it! Let me out. Oh. Where did I go wrong? Such a futile question. I had been born and raised in a rural city far away from Tokyo. The Sybil system judged humans, leading them to the path that maximized their future happiness. Education, marriage, employment, anything. The judgment that had been given to me was to live and die in a rural city. That was fine. It's not like I didn't like it there. But I did regret obeying Sybil. Would have been better to go against Sybil's judgment and seek employment in Tokyo after all. I knew it wasn't possible, but I couldn't help but think about it. The world now was a place one couldn't get a job unless Sybil deemed them suitable. Even if I went against it and came to Tokyo, the only thing I could have expected to happen was to fail finding a job, and then becoming homeless. Then again, there was my childhood friend, Yukari Imikawa. Unlike me, she had the aptitude to study medicine in Tokyo. Such different paths, but I loved her. Yukari, what are you up to now? One day Yukari just disappeared. It made no sense that she couldn't contact her parents or me. So I came to Tokyo searching for her, but she was nowhere to be found. The school she attended, the place she worked at. I looked everywhere, but nobody knew where she had gone. It was useless. Everyone just said the same thing as I did. One day, Yukari Himekawa just vanished out of thin air. Her resignation letter to her employer. That was the last time anyone heard from her. She never handed in her work or popped up out of the blue. As I searched for her, I became reckless. It wasn't long before my hue clouded and my crime coefficient rose. As a result, I became a latent criminal. It's a damn fool. However, my chance at salvation appeared right before my eyes. That's how I do the menu. Nope. Okay, okay. Right before my eyes. Oh, it's Ginza. Oh, awesome. You're an enforcer. That was my ticket out of hell. I jumped at the chance and never looked back. Public Safety Bureau, huh? This is where I work now. Can I just, like, take off the... I've always wanted to be a police detective. Okay, well, that's backlog. That's tips. Oh, that's how. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to take off some of the... Do I want to be Shinya too? I don't know. I guess I could be Shinya as well. I played all the males last time when I did Steins Gate. Okay. There we go. That's much better. Now I can play my own voice. Latent criminals refer to those above a crime coefficient, regardless of whether they have committed a crime or not, right? Are correct? Yeah, like how I used to be. But I was in a good mood, so I kept that thought to myself. Where's backlog at? Okay. Sure, I had dreamed of being a detective since I was a kid. But more importantly, if I was in the PSB, I knew I'd have a better chance of finding more about Yukari's whereabouts. And for that reason, I was in pretty high spirits. Alright, alright. It wasn't uncommon to find programs that could check your own hue, but the PSB special model is quite unique. It's built into our wrist comms. Of course, it's not all fun and games. The fact that they issued such a device said a lot about the stress that came with being a detective. Mental care is a personal responsibility, so be diligent, Ginuza said sternly. Then he gave me a detailed tutorial about the device. It was really helpful. I checked my hue again. It was way better than before. It was like the first rays of sunlight on a clear morning. Apparently this color is called nasturtium orange. Before it had the chance to worsen, detectives are required to take mental supplements. That's our duty, apparently. And any medication was paid for at the public's expense. But then again, I shouldn't need that anytime soon. As we walked down the corridor, Ginuza stopped the three ladies coming from the other direction. I thought the criminal investigation department was full of tough men, but right before me stood a variety of women. Gorgeous, cool, and cute. I didn't think there was any need for him to make such a bitter face. Takuma Tsurugi. Nice to meet you, ladies. Sorry, that was a little messy. Miss Kranomori, Miss Tsunamori, and Miss Kunizuka. I see. Man, that puts me in really high spirits to get to work with such beautiful faces. Yeah, I'm letting the game do some voices this time because last time I don't know, I can't differentiate my voice that often. So this place is the office was less organized than I expected. I wondered if everyone here was an enforcer. They all seemed to be doing as they pleased. My name's Takuba Tsurugi, and I've been assigned to the CID's Division 1 as of today. I look forward to working with you all. As I continued to bow, I noticed a middle-aged man, with the presence of a veteran detective, stand up from a seat in the back. Oh, Masaoka. That's cool. Take it easy, you say. And you are? I noticed a stack of manga piled above Kagari's desk. Could it be? Wow, isn't that a vintage shonen manga? Oh, I remember this cover. It's one of my favorites. Excited I picked it up. I always thought I'd be able to find these in museums, but never thought I'd actually see a real paperback up close, much less hold it. Yeah, I cried when he fell on his death and as he fought the enemy. Oh, I totally understand. I think I'm going to get along with you really well, Shu. You really know what's up if you read paperback manga. Ugh. This is weird to do. Sound excited when I'm trying to be quiet. Yeah, I like retro stuff, or rather just cool stuff, like smoking and mahjong. Feels manly, like part of a detective's repertoire. Oh, I forgot to turn his voice off. Hey, Pops, we got ourselves a sucker here. I guess I'll be Shinya Kogami too. Sounds like a plan. I'd be happy to join. Hang on, let me put the voice for Shinya Kogami on because I can't. I don't know if I can do that right now. There we go. It's a euphemism for going to the restroom. Due to our roles, there was a gap between inspectors and enforcers, but Ginusa might actually be quite fun. Then again, it was easier to be with the enforcers. As I thought about such things, a woman entered the office. When I peered into this woman's cold eyes, I felt a sudden tightness in my heart for some reason. Oh, okay. A stern voice and a rational speaking pattern, totally different from her appearance. But that presence of hers reminded me of Yukari. Yeah, sorry, I heard you. It's just that you really remind me of an old friend, so I was a little surprised. No, I understand. Plus, you look totally different from her anyway. Even then, her indifference and calculated reasoning reminded me strongly of Yukari, and I felt my chest ache. However, I didn't let this sentimentality overtake me. I decided to find Yukari, and I wasn't about to let this woman I just met stop me. Looking forward to working with you, Miss Kugatachi. From now on, we're detectives till the very end. Wait for me, Yukari. I will definitely find you, no matter where you may be. The first mission came quickly. As my hue worsened, I had sunk further into the abyss. I hated yet yearned for Tokyo, the city that had taken her from me. How ironic that it took me in as a detective. But moreover, my first case wasn't in Tokyo. Sado Marine City, my hometown. Would have ever thought I'd come back here so soon? Sado Marine City, Niigata Prefecture. A floating dome-like city wedged between the mainland, Sado, and Noto Peninsula. Often referred to as the Metro Paradise. It once had a bright future as a mining base for methane hydrate, but now it's nothing more than a desolate mining town destined to perish. The widespread usage of drones, the northern region became an unmanned granary. Likewise, as mining became automated, the people began living in Sado Marine City. The decline in population had already begun when I was a kid. Those in the suburbs left first, and as a result, the abandoned district grew. Yukari and I had grown up living in this dying city as neighbors. We often looked out the windows together, gazing at the streets that spread toward the city's glowing center. However, I think we always knew that behind all the bright lights lay a vast expanse of ruins, which was always inching closer. Strange turn of events, isn't it? However, thanks to that, I may already be of use since I'm pretty familiar with the city. What? I can't hear you over the helicopter! Sorry, that's really loud, though. Right on. A few hours prior. The incident had been caused by some dumb kid. With that being said, we still couldn't leave him be. It was a kidnapping after all. The girl shown on the monitor was quite pretty. Cute face, and round. I'm not going to be able to read this stuff that fast. Thanks, autofunction. Round, clear eyes, age 16. Seems like she was attending high school in Tokyo. Suspicious. The picture in the monitor changed. It was from a street camera and showed Shiora Matsukata smiling. Smiling at some kid. But only the back of his head was visible. It seemed like they were going into an automated taxi together. They seem to be on good terms. Just look at her face. What a nice smile. Doesn't she look like she's just met an old friend? Why do you think so, Miss Tsunemori? By analyzing and extracting footage from the street cameras and scanners, finding these high school students was going to be a breeze. All we had to do was follow their tracks. As expected, there wasn't a clear shot of the suspect's face, but the conversation between the two could be heard clearly. They were bickering about something. Oh, fudge. Suddenly, it seemed like Shiori's cell phone started ringing. The male suspect grabbed Shiori's cell and shoved his own cell in her face. The moment she saw it, her face froze. The hollow image projected from his phone was of Shiori in her middle school uniform. She was asleep, hunched over her desk, and her skirt was all wrinkled. Shiori desperately lunged for the phone. The male suspect ran away, taunting her. Then they both vanished from the street camera's view. That was all the evidence we could retrieve. That uniform in the hollow. I feel like I've seen it before. It's not like that. Miss Tsunemori, that uniform in the hollow image of Shiori Matsukata. What school is it from? Sada Marine City. So it must be in that methane hydrate mining sector in Niigata, right? No, that's not it. Sada Marine City is my hometown. Without any of her memories, she probably felt a bit empty not knowing where her hometown was. But she didn't seem despondent, and questioned Miss Tsunemori instead. Oh, nope. Oh, sorry. Oh, shoot. Outside of Tokyo. Hokuriku region? Wait, are you... Are you serious? Apparently such things had happened long ago. I once heard about it from Yukari after she read a classic novel she liked. I think it was called Eloping. A thorough investigation was conducted at once. All street scanners among underwater subway stations were analyzed, and footage from the cameras were reviewed. Shiori Matsukata's terrified face popped up in a pixelated 2D image. As the male suspect forced Shiori onto the train, his face could now be clearly seen. It was easy to identify him now. Haruto Sato, age 16. Born in the Sato Marine City, where he currently attends a local high school. Haruto's hue was a dark orange color, quite cloudy. Thankfully, Shiori's hue had not worsened that much. How will the Dominator react? Is he a target for execution? Thought so. Good. We might make it in time. He might be spared the fate I had of being sent to an isolation ward, and may still be able to return to society. However, the fact that it's you had... I'm sorry. However, the fact that his hue had deteriorated, we, the PSB, CID's Division 1, rushed to the scene! Sato Marine City, my hometown! Sorry, it's loud.
昨日見せられた頃って教室だったよね。ハルトって盗撮なんかやっちゃう人だったんだ。
だってさ、お前もあんまり可愛いから。
嘘。ハルトのやってることって脅迫だよ。
こうでもしなきゃついてきてくれなかったじゃないか。離れたくないんだ。まだ好きなんだ。頼む、もう二度と会わないだなんて言わないでくれ。
そんなこと言ってないじゃない。
言ったよ、証拠前。ほら、このメールだ。東京へ行ったらお別れです。お互いのためになりませんから、もう二度と会えないけどお元気でってさ。
何これ。私じゃない、きっとママ。私のアカウントから勝手に送ったの。
Oh, sorry.
ママは言ってた。東京へ進学したら
Oh, shoot.
将来の。
なんだよ
Shoot.
仕事のど田舎のオマチューの同級生なんか将来のためになんないから切るってわけか。
私そんなこと思ってないよ。だからハルトが急に訪ねてきても普通に会ったし、一緒に遊んだじゃない。
そりゃそうだよな。俺のこと嫌いなら会ってくれるわけねえよな。思い切って会いに来てよかった。
でもよく私の東京での住所が分かったよね。ハルトの家のホームセクレタリー AI ってすごい高性能なんだね。遠くの友達の住所まで調べて。
だろ、昨日も話したけどさ、朝起きたらホロアバターがいきなり治ってさ、いつの間にか新しい AI がダウンロードされてたんだろうけど。
Oh, what the hell?
君を助けに来た。会いたい子がいるんだよね。隠さなくてもいいんだ。僕は君をずっと見てたからね。その子に会いに行けば、東京は鎖国してるわけじゃないよね。道案内なら僕が言ってあげるよ。そう言って AI は本当に俺をお前に合わせてくれた。これって運命の導きってやつじゃね。俺とお前は
You are obsessive, dude.
なっちゃいけないんだ。
そうなのかもね。ねえ、もう気が済んだでしょ。私の携帯端末返して。学校サボっちゃったし、ママとも話をしなきゃ。
まだいいだろ。なあ、もうちょっとだけ一緒にいてくれよ。ただのデートだ。ゆうべだって俺何にもしなかったろ。
Oh, sorry.
しょうがないな。今日一日だけ付き合ってあげる。その代わり約束して。私のフォローを消す。携帯端末を返す。私が嫌なことは絶対にしない。いい？
もちろん。なあ、どこへ行く？この街には俺たちの思い出の場所がたくさんあるよな。
Sure would be nice if we could see those memories. National Hospital became our temporary headquarters. It's within the Central Management Tower, which manages the entire city and also held up the dome roof. The roof of the Central Management Tower had a takeoff and landing facility for VTOLs. It was moved by an elevator, which connected the dome to the outside world. This VTOL was referred to as the Super Ambulance and was exclusive to the PSB. It'd be useful if there's ever an incident that requires us to visit the countryside. The data acquired from the street cameras and scanners were sent to Miss Karanamori, who stayed behind in Tokyo where she performed further analysis. As a result, we confirmed that Haruto Sato and Shiori Matsukata were on the move in the city in a rental car. An automated taxi, underwater subway train, and now a rental car. That isn't cheap. That Haruto kid must be quite rich. I'm gonna save this and be done for a little bit because my throat is killing me.